The holidays are here, and it's a perfect excuse to treat yourself to the best bras and shapewear from Honeylove. Don't start a new year wearing uncomfortable bras and shapewear. Honeylove has revolutionized the bra and shapewear game to give you incredible support and comfort in one. Treat yourself to the best bras and shapewear on the market. Shop Honeylove's holiday sale and save an additional 20% off site-wide at honeylove.com/ratchet. Use our exclusive link to get 20% off at honeylove.com/ratchet to find your perfect fit. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. It's time to ditch the underwire for good. Thanks to Honeylove. What was your favorite childhood memory caught on film or videotape? Do you have an easy way to watch it and share with friends and family or to post it? Probably not. Lucky for you, we found a solution, Legacy Box. And now is the time to take advantage of their best sale of the year during their holiday sales event. Legacy Box is the most meaningful gift you can give this holiday season to family or even yourself. It's simple, safe, and has been trusted by millions, including me. And for a limited time, you can preserve your tapes, film, reels, and photos as low as $27, saving you hundreds. Hurry! Legacy Box's best sale of the year won't last long. Visit legacybox.com/ratchet for an unreal 65% off during the Legacy Box holiday sales event. With limited quantities ready to ship, this deal will go fast. Shop Legacy Box's lowest prices of the year now at legacybox.com/ratchet. Buy your Legacy Box today. Send it when you're ready. Legacybox.com/ratchet. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and those who don't identify as either, you are listening to Ratchet and Respectable. I am still in PG County. I've been going out. Actually, I went out once. No, that's not true. I went out twice in the same day. I stayed in the house. I got here on Wednesday. I literally did not leave the house until Sunday. Just trying to, like re-pull my life together, like unpack my bags and get everything settled and set some things in motion. I literally did not leave the house. I decorated the Christmas tree. I felt that was important. That actually it's taking, because it's not done yet, more effort than I expected. Like, we had to have a family meeting about whether I could decorate the tree, because my mom does the tree in like red and gold. And I was like, well, I have ornaments from like when I used to have a place, and I would like the tree to be white and gold. And so my mom was like, well, let me see. I had to present my ornaments and then present the topper, because she was like, well, we have a black angel as our topper. And I was like, I too have a black angel as my topper. So I had to present the angel. My angel is white and gold. Her dress is bigger than the red and gold one. So my angel was selected to go on top of the tree. But I like decorated the tree, and then, I haven't had a Christmas tree in like 5 years. So I didn't find my ornaments fully sufficient. So I had to order, this sounds insane, but it completely makes sense in my head. I had to like order additional ornaments, and I had to sit in front of the tree while I went to different sites to pick out the ornaments, because I had to envision how they would look on the tree. I go full Martha Stewart this time of year. This is the only time of year that I ever pay this much attention to decor, but I'm very invested in this tree. So I have all these deliveries coming from Macy's, Pottery Barn. Actually, I got to pick up the stuff from Pottery Barn. I ordered a bunch of stuff from Amazon that was really, really cute. But then it got here and it was like miniature size. And I was like, oh, this is on like that Temu shit. So I had to send all that stuff back. I got these really beautiful like rhinestone horses. And then they got here. They were like half the size of the palm in my hand. I was like, this is a keychain. This is not a Christmas ornament. Whatever. I went out on Sunday. What's the name of that place? We went to Navy Yard. It's on like a hotel rooftop. It's got a really cute view of the Capitol. You know what I'm talking about. What's the name of the place? Smoke and Mirrors. It was really cute. I hung out with some friends there because I hadn't seen anybody since I've been back, because, I didn't leave the house. And then there was a party for an after party, an after party for the Kennedy Center Honors. That was on Sunday. I have no idea who was honored other than the Apollo. The Apollo is the first institution to be honored by the Kennedy Center Honors. So congratulations to the Apollo. But there was an after party in Union Market, and the attire was, wear what you would wear to the Kennedy Center if you didn't actually go to, the show. So I showed up in my cocktail dress, And then we first got there, it was like people just like kind of like chilling, like folks in jeans and whatnot. And I was like, really, like I put on this cocktail dress and these shoes for this. DC is DC is not a real place. By the end of the night, it's like people in ball gowns and cocktail dresses, but also people in like do rags and jeans. And like there were opera singers and like this man playing the electric harmonica who just went on all night. And I was like, he was good at it. But I was like, is the electric harmonica like the main attraction? He felt so. There was also a woman who was like an opera singer. So like go go, electric harmonica, Anita Baker, and opera. And I was like, this is all DC. Like it is the best of all worlds. Ratchet and respectable. I love being home. But it was a really good party. I didn't realize it was a Dave Chappelle party when I got there. His parties are legendary. I think the first one I went to was in DC after CBC. So probably like 2018. And it was in, I want to say like a comedy club or a jazz club. Could have been a jazz club in Georgetown. I don't remember much. It was open bar. We were drinking champagne. Common got on the microphone at one point. I think it was Raheem Devon that was singing. Common was just up there freestyling, and Raheem was just up there, hitting his falsetto. And at one point, the whole crowd, and this is like all the congressional aides. I don't think the Congress folks were in there, but like the high ranking congressional aides, like the chiefs of staffs and whatnot. And then like all the lobbyists, and then like all the corporate sponsors who like pay for everything. We're all in there in like ball gowns and tuxes singing Roberta Flack's Killing Me Softly off key at like 4 a.m. It was great. It was a wonderful night. And then I went to a party in Vegas. He did a show in Vegas, I guess July 2019, because I remember it was my birthday. I drove from LA to Vegas to go to the show. My friend works on the tour and got me tickets like really, really, really up front. Then there was an after party. I don't remember what casino it was, but it was a Mexican restaurant and there was no stage. But everyone was standing around in a circle like a cipher. And then Talib Kweli spit like all his verses from the Black Star album. And I was like, 21-year-old me has died. Like she has died and she has gone to heaven. She is so pleased with the choices I have made in my life that have led me to this moment. Dave Chappelle, remember Dave Chappelle's Block Party, the movie? Dave Chappelle likes being a comedian. I feel like what he really wants to be is a concert promoter. That's what's in his heart. That's what his calling is. The comedy stuff, it just gives him access to everyone and money so that he can do what he really wants to do, which is throw parties after his shows. That's what he wants. And Dave Chappelle is from DC. I know he's problematic. You can't make me hate him. I'm sorry. I know he's transphobic. I denounce it all. And in addition to, not but, because not to negate, he is one of my problematic faves. I have a few. He's one of them. But it was a really good party. I was very happy to go out. I drank water. I don't know if I'm going back to like full sobriety again, but like, I don't know. Like, you ever sometimes feel like just not drinking? Like, I'm there. And it's not even because I'm like, that's not even true. I was going to be like, it's not even because I've overindulged. Like, I was living in South Africa and mainlining rosé and bubbles for like the last 2 weeks because I felt recovered. And now I feel like I've felt too recovered and I've overdone it. And so now I need to pull back. Today's supposed to be my first day at the gym, too. I actually got a gym membership this morning. So when I'm done editing the podcast, I'm going back to the gym. It's like baby's first day back in the gym. I told y'all, like, I'm authorized to lift, I want to say 4.4 pounds to start. And then I can go up by 2 pounds every week going forward. As long as I'm exercising consistently, I can't like just skip a week and be like, oh, I went from 4.4 to like 9. I can't skip. I have to gradually go up. Such is life. Y'all don't want to really hear about my life today. What we're here to talk about, I think this whole episode is going to be about them, is the Carters. The Carters are not doing so well. Jay-Z, the patriarch of the Carters, has been accused of nefarious things. He has been named in a lawsuit, civil suit, that was filed in October. At the time, he was just referred to as, I don't know, Person A or something like that. But he's since been named in the lawsuit. It's one of them Diddy lawsuits. I don't know if we talked about this one in detail, because sometimes reading those lawsuits and all that alleged harm that has come to girls, women, men, a couple of the lawsuits are from men, it grates after a while. So it's not a lack of care. So many of those lawsuits were coming out with like horrible descriptions of how women have been treated. And it's a lot to read as much as I'm sure it's a lot to listen to. Celebrity A. That's what he was referred to as. That's probably going to be the title of this episode. But a woman accuses Diddy and then Celebrity A, now known as Jay-Z, of assaulting her after the MTV Video Music Awards back in 2000. We do have a copy of the lawsuit. We are going to read it. So this is my trigger warning, just giving you a heads up, because y'all always be like, you didn't give us a trigger warning. I'm like, I put it in the caption, and y'all be like, we don't read captions. We just see it's a new episode and start listening. Damn. Fine. Fair. I've given you your trigger warning. We're about to read the lawsuit. Okay? The holidays are here, and it's a perfect excuse to treat yourself to the best bras and shapewear from Honeylove. Don't start a new year wearing uncomfortable bras and shapewear. Honeylove has revolutionized the bra and shapewear game to give you incredible support and comfort in one. Say goodbye to uncomfortable underwire and bulky fabrics that trap heat. Honeylove's bras feature supportive bonding that eliminates the need for underwire without sacrificing lift. I love that. Plus, they're made with fabric that's so soft you won't want to take them off. They're perfect underneath cozy winter sweaters. As for their shapewear, Honeylove uses targeted compression technology so you no longer have to feel like you're suffocating while wearing shapewear. You'll immediately feel and see the difference. Their shapewear is the perfect base layer for holiday party outfits. Treat yourself to the best bras and shapewear on the market. Shop Honeylove's holiday sale and save an additional 20% off site-wide at honeylove.com/ratchet. Use our exclusive link to get 20% off at honeylove.com/ratchet to find your perfect fit. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. It's time to ditch the underwire for good, thanks to Honeylove. The holidays are here, and it's a perfect excuse to treat yourself to the best bras and shapewear from Honeylove. Don't start a new year wearing uncomfortable bras and shapewear. Honeylove has revolutionized the bra and shapewear game to give you incredible support and comfort in one. Say goodbye to uncomfortable underwire and bulky fabrics that trap heat. Honeylove's bras feature supportive bonding that eliminates the need for underwire without sacrificing lift. I love that. Plus, they're made with fabric that's so soft you won't want to take them off. They're perfect underneath cozy winter sweaters. As for their shapewear, Honeylove uses targeted compression technology so you no longer have to feel like you're suffocating while wearing shapewear. You'll immediately feel and see the difference. Their shapewear is the perfect base layer for holiday party outfits. Treat yourself to the best bras and shapewear on the market. Shop Honeylove's holiday sale and save an additional 20% off site-wide at honeylove.com/ratchet. Use our exclusive link to get 20% off at honeylove.com/ratchet to find your perfect fit. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. It's time to ditch the underwire for good, thanks to Honeylove. Again, this lawsuit was filed in October. It was updated on December 8th to add Jay-Z's name. The updated lawsuit, page 1. Introduction. Defendant Sean Combs, along with his longtime friend and collaborator Sean Carter, drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at an after-party following the 2000 Video Music Awards. Another celebrity, still at this time unnamed, stood by and watched as Combs and Carter took turns assaulting the minor. I just want to say again, I am reading from the lawsuit. Jay-Z and Beyonce, their lawyer, do not play. This is what is alleged in the lawsuit. Do not come and sue me. I am saying allegedly, this all occurred. According to the lawsuit, it says many others were present at the after party but did nothing to stop the assault. Combs has been allowed for years to conduct himself in this manner without any consequences. He believes he is above the law. He's currently sitting in jail. His close friend, Sean Carter, has been with Combs during many such instances described herein. Both perpetrators must face justice. The first part of this lawsuit, it goes to talking about Combs again, talks about Combs' business enterprises, every business that his name is legally on. It talks about Combs, what they're calling his pervasive history of sexual assault and violence. They talk about all the civil suits that have been filed against him in the last, year and change at this point. All the people that have accused him of various acts of violence. That literally takes us to page, I'm still scrolling. We on page 7. Jay-Z's legal name comes back up on page 7. It says Combs and Carter were not simply occasional collaborators in the music industry. The two men developed a close friendship that has been well documented from the late 1990s to the present. Together, they attended countless music industry events for each other's business ventures, parties, and after parties. Indeed, the two are apparently so close that Combs stated in 2023 that Carter is the only person other than Combs' mother who is allowed to call him by his legal first name of Sean. And then it says in 2000, near the height of their fame, power, and influence. Is 2000 the height of Jay-Z and Diddy's influence? That's not the point. I didn't think about that, though. It says Combs and Carter attended the 2000 Video Music Awards in New York City, and afterwards, Combs hosted an after party for many of the most famous celebrities in the music and entertainment industries, including Carter, which is where the events alleged in this complaint occurred. So the plaintiff is Jane Doe. Her name has not yet been revealed, not to the public and not to Jay-Z. His lawyers filed a motion trying to find out the woman's name because Jay-Z's like, well, if you're going to accuse me of some heinous shit like this, you can at least tell me who you are. Also worth noting, Jay-Z has denounced but not denied everything in a statement that was not written by his lawyer. His lawyer might have read it over before he released it to the public, but that statement was absolutely not written by a lawyer. Okay, so Plaintiff Jane Doe, all we know about her is she's a female who resides in Alabama, and she was 13 in the year 2000. This goes more into Combs' business dealings. By page 11, we're still going to all the things that Combs owned. On page 12, defendant Sean Carter is a male who, on information and a belief, we believe, maintains residences in both New York and Los Angeles. He is more commonly known by his industry name of Jay-Z. Carter was identified in plaintiff's original complaint as Celebrity A. Prior to the filing of this amended complaint, Carter received a letter from plaintiff's counsel requesting a mediation to resolve this matter. Put a pin in that. That line about the mediation comes up again. It says, upon present information and belief, Jay-Z responded to said letter by not only filing an utterly frivolous lawsuit, but by also orchestrating a conspiracy of harassment, bullying, and intimidation against plaintiff's lawyer, their families, employees, and former associates in an attempt to silence plaintiff from naming Jay-Z herein. This effort was meant to scare plaintiff and to discredit her counsel. That effort failed. Indeed, plaintiff chose to file this amendment as a result of the conduct perpetrated by Carter. Scrolling till Jay-Z's name comes back up. Factual allegations. Here we go. Page 13. On or around September 7, 2000, plaintiff, then 13 years old, had a friend drive and drop her off near Radio City Music Hall in New York City so she could try to attend the VMAs. Attending the VMAs was on plaintiff's bucket list, and she believed she could gain entry. Plaintiff arrived at the venue and saw large crowds gathering as artists and entertainers began arriving. Plaintiff was very excited. As the event began, much of the crowd moved inside, but plaintiff, without a ticket, remained outside with others and watched the VMAs on a jumbotron. Determined to get into the VMAs or an after party, she approached several limousine drivers parked nearby and attempted to talk her way into either. One of the limousine drivers she spoke to claimed to work for defendant Combs. The driver told her that Combs liked younger girls and said she, quote, fit what Diddy was looking for. And while not allowing her into the awards, the driver invited her to an after party. The driver stated that he had to drive Combs and others to the after party first, but instructed plaintiff to return to his location after the event and that he would pick her up and take her to the after party. Plaintiff excitedly returned to the same location and waited. The driver eventually returned and drove her to what he described as the after party. After approximately 20 minutes, plaintiff arrived at what she believed to be a large white residence with a gated U-shaped driveway. Once inside, two men asked plaintiff to sign a document, which plaintiff did not read, but which she now believes to have been a non-disclosure agreement. She was told that she could not discuss what happened at the party. Inside the building, plaintiff recognized many celebrities as she entered what appeared to be a large living room or foyer containing a large crowd. Waitstaff circulated through the room, carrying trays of drinks, and loud music played throughout the venue. Plaintiff observed widespread drug use, including marijuana and cocaine. After attempting to talk to numerous celebrities, plaintiff accepted a drink from one of the waitresses circulating the crowd. The drink was a reddish-yellow mixture that tasted like orange juice, cranberry juice, and something bitter. After drinking just a portion of the drink, plaintiff began to feel woozy and lightheaded, making her need to lie down. The lawsuit includes a photograph of what looks like a pen and a container, and it's described as these are photographs of actual containers used by Combs and or his agents' employees to insert GHB into alcoholic drinks. Where did these pictures come from? Because the plaintiff was 13 years old in 2000. We didn't have photo capability on our phones yet. And just the clarity of these photos, like these are recent photos. These aren't from like 2000s. Where did these photos come from? The lawsuit continues. We're on page 15. It says, looking for a place to rest, plaintiff walked down what appeared to be a hallway containing several rooms off of it. She entered what appeared to be an empty bedroom so she could lie down for a moment. She did not lock the door. This room contained only a large bed with no furniture of any other kind, television, or other furnishings. Soon after, page 16, Combs entered the room along with defendant Carter and a female celebrity, Celebrity B. Plaintiff immediately recognized all three celebrities. Combs aggressively approached plaintiff with a crazed look in his eyes, grabbed her, and said, "You are ready to party." Combs then threw plaintiff toward a wall, causing plaintiff to fall. Plaintiff got up and stumbled, at which point Combs grabbed her again and threw her on the bed. At this point, Carter allegedly began removing plaintiff's clothes as she grew more and more disoriented. Plaintiff was held down by Carter as he vaginally raped her while Combs and Celebrity B watched. After Carter finished, he stepped back toward the wall. Combs then stepped forward and vaginally raped plaintiff while Carter and Celebrity B watched. Combs then knocked plaintiff down and attempted to force plaintiff to perform oral sex on him. She fought back, standing up quickly and punching out at the same time, hitting Combs in the neck. Taken aback, Combs stopped his attempt. When Combs backed away in surprise, plaintiff grabbed her clothes and shoes and ran out of the bedroom, holding her dress in front of her like a towel. She ran around the residence until she found the front door and was able to leave the party. Although there were other guests still at the party, no one appeared to take notice of plaintiff's distress or attempt to help her. Once outside, plaintiff put her clothes back on and left the scene in the dark. Plaintiff attempted to retrace the route taken by the limo driver. She kept running until she reached a gas station she noticed on the way to the party. A female clerk noticed her distress and allowed her to use the phone. Plaintiff called her father, admitted that she had lied about her whereabouts, and asked him to pick her up. Plaintiff's father arrived to pick her up shortly before dawn. After the assault, plaintiff fell into a deep depression, which continues to affect every facet of her life. Plaintiff suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder and a seizure disorder caused by stress and trauma. Plaintiff has had difficulty maintaining normal relationships and lives largely withdrawn from society. Or on page 17, we have the causes of action. It says violation of New York City Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act. It says by forcing contact onto plaintiff as a minor female, defendants Combs and Carter committed, quote, a crime of violence motivated by gender. And then it goes into like the details of the crime. It says the Combs business enabled and conspired with Combs and Carter to commit the crime of violence motivated by gender because Combs and Carter sexually assaulted plaintiff at a party related to or referencing Combs' business. They're basically explaining like why they can go after Diddy's companies. I'm scrolling down. There's no more mentions of Jay-Z in the lawsuit. Let me scroll back up to this. From what I can tell, like they've amended this lawsuit to include Jay-Z's name, and it's plaintiff versus Sean Combs, Daddy's House recordings of all the Diddy shit, and Sean Carter is the last. So they're suing Jay-Z personally. They're not going after any of his businesses. I mean, he has significant personal wealth, but so does Diddy. Jay-Z gave a very swift response. I think it was posted on was it the Rock Nation page? They've been posting up a storm since then. That was from 2 days ago. Do they post like that? Okay, they do have 13,000 posts. All right, they do be posting. 2 days ago, 4,500 comments. This is Jay-Z's response. He says, my lawyer received a blackmail attempt called the demand letter. That was mentioned in the lawsuit I just read. He said, from a quote unquote lawyer named Tony Busby. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations, and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir, it had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. All caps. It says these allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whoever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. This lawyer, who I've done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these type of theatrics. Tony Busby does have other cases. Do we know the other Tony Busby cases? Let's look real quick. The Daily Beast has a story called Who is Tony Busby? It says, according to The Blast, Jay wasn't the only high-profile person Busby sent demand letters to, requesting that they settle out of court or risk being named in a lawsuit. Busby has been a part of so many cases. There are actually too many to list. Again, I'm reading this on the Daily Beast. It says the New York Times Magazine called him, quote, one of the most successful trial lawyers in Texas and thus the country. He's perhaps best known in some circles for the millions in the settlements he won from BP and other corporations for the oil spill. When Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton faced impeachment over allegations he'd abused his office last year, Busby represented him, securing an acquittal. It's safe to say he's no stranger to the spotlight. Here's one I didn't see. According to TMZ, Busby was accused of assault in a lawsuit filed by a female former client in early November. You mean like last month? They cite a source who claimed that Busby flew into, quote, a fit of rage and shoved a champagne flute at her, which the woman alleges chipped her tooth. The source also claimed that Busby cost the ex-client millions of dollars while repping her in her divorce case, so she's also alleging malpractice. Busby denied the claims, calling them crazy fiction. Apparently he likes the limelight, lots and lots. He ran for mayor in Texas in 2019, Houston City Council in 2023. He's not necessarily one to root for. It says Busby attempted to get one over on his Republican opponent by accusing her of having supported the Black Lives Matter movement. But it also says he's a registered Democrat. Oh, no, but he also hosted a fundraiser supporting Donald Trump in 2016. Last year, he launched a local product called Hobuzz, a non-alcoholic THC-infused seltzer drink that was marketed as, quote, a nod to all those that believe in America and those who fought for her. It featured flavor names like, quote, the Washington and, quote, the Patriot, before the brand died less than a year after its launch. Let me scroll back up. There was something else that caught my attention when I was scrolling through this. He also represented victims suing Travis Scott and Live Nation after the Astroworld tragedy. Also, we were reading the lawsuit. It talked about an anonymous lawsuit from someone who was suing Busby for extortion. We know now, like from literally when Jay posted 2 days ago, the statement that I was just reading, we're about to go right back to it. Give me 1 second. At the time when he was sued, this was 3 weeks ago, Busby had posted, people put all their business on the internet. Good Lord. I've been sued in Los Angeles in a last-ditch attempt to stop me from revealing names in public lawsuits. It won't work. The irony, the suit against me was filed by, quote, a powerful John Doe. Here's my full statement. We won't allow the powerful and their high-dollar lawyers to intimidate or silence sexual assault survivors. It has been reported that a lawsuit has been filed against my firm claiming extortion. The lawyers that filed it also immediately called TMZ in an apparent effort to silence those who allege sexual assault. Here's the deal. The case filed against my firm is not only without legal merit, it is laughable. Here's why. On behalf of 2 clients who alleged sexual assault, we sent a standard demand letter to a New York lawyer that we know represents an alleged perpetrator and potential defendant. The letters were sent seeking a confidential mediation. Here's that mediation again, in lieu of filing a lawsuit. No amount of money was included in the demand letters. No threats were made. The demand letters sent are no different than ones routinely sent by lawyers across the country. It is obvious that this frivolous lawsuit filed against my firm is an aggressive attempt to intimidate or silence me and ultimately my clients. That effort is a gross miscalculation. I am a U.S. Marine. I won't be silenced or intimidated. Neither will my clients. Since our professional efforts at resolution obviously have failed, we will instead disclose the demand letters we sent at the time we filed suit. Abuse of the legal system, unfortunately, runs rampant. The lawsuit filed against my firm is a prime example of that. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. Didn't bad built girl, Marjorie Taylor Greene, didn't she say something about standing in the sunlight when the Republicans were going to release the investigation about old boy who had Nestor living in the house? Matt Gaetz. Didn't she say something about the sunlight too? That sounds like a new talking point. I swear they just be texting them out like these are the buzzwords for this week. See if you can make them trend. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. I have confidence that with full public disclosure, all of this will sort itself out. So this was 3 weeks ago, and then the lawsuit from October is amended to put Jay-Z's name in it. What was your favorite childhood memory caught on film or videotape? Do you have an easy way to watch it and share with friends and family or to post it? Probably not. Lucky for you, we found a solution, Legacy Box. And now is the time to take advantage of their best sale of the year during their holiday sales event. Legacy Box is the most meaningful gift you can give this holiday season to family or even yourself. It's simple, safe, and has been trusted by millions, including me. And for a limited time, you can preserve your tapes, film, reels, and photos as low as $27, saving you hundreds. I got the idea to do Legacy Box when I was looking for old pictures of my parents. I wanted to do one of those videos where you showcase your parent now and then talk about how they used to break hearts back in the day. I'm digging through boxes in the basement and I was like, there's got to be an easier way to do this. Legacy Box is a simple and safe way to digitize your treasured videotapes, film reels, and photos. And they've helped over 1 million families do just that. Not to mention, everything is done by hand right here in the US. Convert your media to digital copies that will always be protected from floods, mold, or even the decay of time. The process is so easy. Send in your Legacy Box filled with old VHS tapes, camcorder tapes, and pictures. Their team professionally digitizes everything by hand in the USA, and you'll get it back on the cloud or thumb drive along with your originals. Legacy Box is the world's largest digitizer. They've helped over 1 million families relive their favorite memories. Hurry! Legacy Box's best sale of the year won't last long. Visit legacybox.com/ratchet for an unreal 65% off during the Legacy Box holiday sales event. With limited quantities ready to ship, this deal will go fast. Shop Legacy Box's lowest prices of the year now at legacybox.com/ratchet. Buy your Legacy Box today. Send it when you're ready. legacybox.com/ratchet.
Today's episode is brought to you by Angie. Angie has made it easier than ever to connect with skilled professionals to get all your jobs and projects done well. Let me tell you, there's the version of it where you try to do something at home, and then there's a version of it where you have someone help you, you watch them do it the right way, and you go, thank God I didn't try to do that myself. I have fully done things around the home that I think look good, and then a bang in the night, and I wake up to a shelf collapsing, a painting falling off the wall. I've seen it all go south. I own a home, and I can tell you, I know how much work it can take. Whether it's everyday maintenance and repairs or making dream projects a reality, it can be hard just to know where to start. But now all you need to do is Angie that and find a skilled local pro who will deliver the quality and expertise you need. Whatever your home project, big or small, indoor or outdoor, you can Angie that and connect with skilled professionals to get the project done well. Right now, one of my wish lists is I want a bike for my condo in Milwaukee, and I would love to rig it up on a pulley in the ceiling because I have one of those like lofted ceilings, but I'm so scared to try that on my own. Angie has 20 years of home experience, and they've combined it with new tools to simplify the whole process. Bring them your project online or with the Angie app. Answer a few questions and Angie can handle the rest from start to finish, or help you compare quotes from multiple pros and connect instantly, which means you can take care of any home project in just a few taps. Because when it comes to getting the most out of your home, you can do this when you Angie that. Download the free Angie mobile app today or visit Angie.com. That's ANGI.com.
Back to Jay-Z's statement. He continues. He is in Jay-Z. Sean Carter. I have no idea how you have come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Busby, but I promise you I have seen your kind many times over. I'm more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine. Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity. So when I first read this Jay-Z statement, I didn't know exactly what he was referring to. He's responding directly to what I just read you, the post from Tony Busby. That's why, like, you call yourself a Marine? Exactly. He says, Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity. My only heartbreak is for my family. You really could have left this part out. I know you're trying to like invoke some like pathos and whatnot for people. Like, think of the children, think of my wife. I didn't like this part. It says, my only heartbreak is for my family. My wife, he ain't gonna call her by name. We all know who she is. And I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims, and we will have to explain the cruelty and greed of people. That child would be Blue. She just had a red carpet last night. She's in like a new Lion King something. We'll talk about that in a second. He continues. He says, I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirit. My heart and support goes out to true victims in the world who have to watch how their life story is dressed in costume for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit. You have made a terrible error in judgment, thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man. How are we defining young? Because I call them Cousin Bay and Uncle Jay. That's not here nor there. We're gonna keep going. Who made it out of the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We have very strict codes and honor. R. Kelly's from the projects. I mean, not in Brooklyn, but R. Kelly's from the projects, and he plays these types of games. He's been found guilty. I don't have to say allegedly. He doesn't have a strict code and honor. That probably wasn't the best thing to say here. Jay continues, we protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, it says fake physics, but I think he meant psychic, will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me that, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. I look forward to showing you how different I am. So this really isn't at the person filing the lawsuit. This is very much like Jay-Z and the lawyer having a pissing contest. I said at the beginning of this, and I was like, a lawyer definitely didn't write it. I stand by that. I do actually, now that I'm rereading it, sometimes reading things out loud gives me a little bit more clarity. I do wonder if a lawyer saw this before Jay released it. Because I feel like a lawyer probably would have just done a spell check. It's not the worst thing in the world when you try to make a statement and you want to sound credible. Spelling does matter. Spelling something wrong in an Instagram caption is one thing. Spelling something wrong in a statement of your kind of statement of your innocence, you kind of need to get your spelling right. You don't want to put anything out there that would have people question your credibility. One thing, while I'm walking back what I said earlier about this being proofread by a lawyer, at no point does he actually deny the allegations. Like, he says things like, this is laughable. These allegations are heinous in nature. This is such a crime that if someone committed it, they should be locked away. He takes several personal jabs at Mr. Busby, but he never says, he says, my heart goes out to true victims, implying that the one that's accusing him is a false victim. But he never says, like, I didn't do this shit. And this is in no way to imply that I think he did it. I don't know. I would hope he did it because, like he says, this is a heinous crime. Like, I don't know Jay-Z. Where's the love? Ask your wife. She knows you. She's been with you since she was a teenager and you were in your early 30s. That's out of her mouth, right? I like Jay-Z's music. I like Jay-Z's persona. Did he do it? I said on this podcast multiple times, sometimes with names, sometimes without, because women be getting online and caping for these men and being like, I know him. He's my friend. He would never do that. He would never do that. He would never do that. And then to come to find out, like, that nigga did that. Or even Diddy. Like, I would never. Cassie's lawsuit is completely frivolous. Nothing of the such ever occurred. And then the video comes out. It's like, so I ain't do all the rest of it. But this one time, I had this, this poor judgment. But the other times, I ain't do that shit. I don't know. I don't know this man. And he said he's going to prove that he didn't do it. Please do that. I would like to see that. I don't know what people are capable of. I vouch for me. I could tell you what I did and what I didn't do. And it's shit too crazy. I might lie too. Like, Demetria, we have you on video. That's not me. Demetria, that's your voice. No, it's not. We listen to you twice a week, every week for like 6 years now. We know your voice. No, you don't. I'm just saying, people lie. People do shit. I don't know. I can't vouch for nobody. I don't know. I hope he didn't. Okay, so a lawsuit was filed. Let's go in order. Jay-Z's lawyer sent a letter to the judge on December 9th. It says, "We write on behalf of our client, Sean Carter, concerning the inflammatory allegations made against him in a recently filed amended complaint. Due to the highly sensitive nature of this matter and the intense media scrutiny it has generated, we respectfully request to be heard on an expedited basis." This is where somebody finally says, he ain't do it. It says, "For the avoidance of doubt, Mr. Carter is entirely innocent. This is a shakedown. He is not mentioned, referenced, or implicated in any way in the criminal investigation of Mr. Combs. He is neither a target nor a person of interest in that investigation." It says, adding to the urgency of this matter, attorney Tony Busby has orchestrated a month-long press campaign aimed at inflaming public opinion and escalating the events in real time on social media platforms. Every day and in real time, Busby continues to amplify false narratives, exploiting the legal process to generate media attention and damage Mr. Carter's reputation. This relentless campaign underscores the need for a fast-track hearing to address these issues promptly and prevent further harm. The letter continues, "Plaintiff's request to proceed anonymously is both procedurally improper and unsupported by law." They talk here about the federal rule of civil procedure requires all parties to be named in their pleadings, reflecting the bedrock principle of transparency in judicial proceedings. So, AKA the right to know who's accusing you. It says, "Plaintiff has failed to demonstrate any compelling circumstances that would justify an extraordinary departure from this rule." It goes on to talk about Busby's trying to leverage the lawsuit for media attention and pressure Mr. Carter into a settlement. It says, "This misuse of the legal system undermines both its integrity and Mr. Carter's ability to defend himself effectively. It is critical that plaintiff's identity be disclosed so that Mr. Carter can investigate and respond to the claims fully and fairly. Allowing plaintiff to proceed anonymously would deny Mr. Carter the fundamental right to confront his accuser, while simultaneously enabling plaintiff and her counsel to conduct a trial by media." I thought there was something separate that was the motion to deny plaintiff's request to proceed anonymously. This letter, what I'm referring to as a letter, is the actual motion. That's what we're reading here. Okay. So Jay-Z posts that note on the Roc Nation page, and then his lawyers file this motion to deny plaintiff's request to proceed anonymously, i.e. show yourself. And then Tony Busby, there is merit to Jay-Z talking about like this playing out in the press and them trying to like press him for a settlement. Tony Busby posted this on December 10th, today at midnight, in fact. It says, "The New York Times contacted me to ask for my response to rapper Jay-Z's allegation that I tried to extort and blackmail him. My response is pretty straightforward. No one has made any threats. Jay-Z's assertions are bogus and laughable. Instead, our firm sent a standard demand letter seeking a mediation on behalf of a woman who alleges Jay-Z sexually assaulted her as a minor. The letter was vetted and approved by our client, whose preference was to attempt resolution short of filing a lawsuit." What resolution is she looking for? I'm assuming money. He mentioned the mediation in the lawsuit, and then he mentioned it again when he posted online. And at that point, he said, "We never put a number or anything like that." But if you're seeking a mediation and you're filing a civil suit, you want money. Just because you didn't say the number doesn't mean you're not seeking money. This approach is common in these types of cases. What you're seeing played out now is a coordinated and desperate effort to focus the public's attention on me personally to avoid attention on the allegations being made by clients. He's good. That's the same thing I picked up on. He says, "This effort has included harassing my family and colleagues and even offering former clients money to sue me, which is illegal. It says, when an alleged perpetrator behaves in this manner, wildly asserting that a basic demand letter is extortion and aggressively using the media to attack the opposing lawyer, while at the same time ignoring the allegations being made by the alleged victim, it reminds me of a famous line from Shakespeare. Damn. The lady doth protest too much, methinks. Yeah, this mofo is good. Busby continues, we intend to address all these issues within the court in due course. Let me be clear. We will not be bullied or intimidated by these shenanigans, and our clients won't be silenced. Yeah, Jay-Z needs to, the good money that he's earned and is trying to keep, he needs to go ahead and let his lawyers deal with this. And he needs to sit pretty and sit back. He walked the red carpet at Blue's event last night, but that's the last time we need to see him for a while. This lawyer is really good, and he's pretty much torn apart Hov's response. Oh dear, this is not good. This is not good at all.
I'm Louie, aka the baddest perra.
And I'm Yoatzi.
And we're siblings. We might not be the most intelligent
or the smartest
or inteligentes.
You just said that.
Oh, yeah. But at least we're pretty. You may have seen our viral challenge videos, Mexican food mukbangs, and family vlogs. But did you know we're also the hosts of the podcast Pretty Not Smart?
On our show, we expose all the chisme in our lives, from our wildest dating stories to childhood feuds to our scary ghost stories.
But don't worry, it's not all drama all the time. We discuss financial hardship, the importance of taking care of your mental health, and our experiences dealing with complicated family relationships.
Because we're siblings, we know each other better than anyone, which means we also know how to beef with each other like it's nobody's business.
Who doesn't love listening in on a little sibling conflict?
We've also had some amazing guests join the show, like YouTubers Adam Ray and Laura Mellado, and so many more.
At the end of the day, I'm happy to be the pretty one and Yoatzi the smart one.
No, it's definitely the other way around.
And who told you that lie?
Ask the audience.
So if you want to hear the juicy perspectives of two pretty siblings, tune into Pretty Not Smart.
Available wherever you get your podcasts.
Many folks had seemingly been waiting on this to come out. Often when there were conversations about the accusations against Sean Combs, people would say, Jay-Z's next. Say it ain't so. I hope it ain't so. But here we are. Accusations, allegations, nothing proven. I got into a little hot water. I've been in so much hot water. People on Threads hate me. Like, hate me. Every time I say something, I get dragged. I wrote on Threads because Beyonce had released a whole bunch of stuff back to back to back. Like there was the hair, there was the whiskey, there was the Levi's campaign, there was a candle. I was like, why is she releasing all this stuff like back to back to back? I mean, we've been following Beyonce, as Billboard reminded us the other day, for like a good quarter century. I was like, I don't ever remember her releasing stuff like this before. She would have different things that she would put on sale, but it was never like this quick rollout. I was like, I don't understand like what the business strategy is with this. I don't know what's selling and what's not, but I was like, this just seems a departure from how she usually does things. I'm like, I wonder if it's effective. And I was like, not being shady, asking for genuine curiosity. People cursed me the complete fuck out. In private conversations, media people, entertainment people, they were like, do you think there's anything to, she's had all these balls up in the air, she's got to get all this shit out and rolling before some shit with her husband blows up. People keep talking about how Jay-Z's next. Is there something to the accusations? People have been wanting to see Jay-Z and Beyonce fall for a really long time. And I was like, I don't think that's it. Like, that sounds a little far-fetched, don't you think? That she's like rolling out her products super early so they're not tainted by like something with Jay-Z. Like all these years, Jay-Z's never had a serious accusation of like anything real nefarious. There was the thing with Rivera. But like literally Jay-Z was like in his 20s then. Like we're talking about some shit from 30 years ago. And he's not had anything crazy since then. Like Jay-Z decided one day, like, we're not wearing jerseys anymore. We're wearing button downs, and decided to be a grown ass man. And his, to my knowledge, I mean, at least public knowledge, has conducted himself pretty much accordingly. I mean, cheating on your wife is, unfortunately, a lot of people do that. That's between him and his wife. But I was like, you really think there's something to Jay-Z being caught up in this mess? And everybody was like, well, we'll see. Time tells all. Here we are. Maybe he did it, maybe he didn't, but this is some certain mess. Last night was the Los Angeles premiere of Mufasa, the Lion King. Baby Blue, who is now 12 and seemingly taller than her mama. Beautiful child, absolutely beautiful. Blue is starring in the film. She stars as Kiara, the daughter of Simba and Nyla, who is voiced by Beyonce. And this movie is the prequel to The Lion King, telling the origin story of Mufasa. This is a very big deal for Blue. She went to the red carpet. Her parents went to the red carpet to support her. Unfortunately, her father is in, the middle of a media shitstorm. I doubt he actually spoke to the press, but he and Beyonce did support their daughter on the red carpet. I think Beyonce and Jay-Z being there all together sends a statement. Beyonce is clearly on some Stand By My Man, which I expect from her. She made a song called Cater to You. Tap me on my shoulder, I'll roll over. Ring the alarm. Yes, he's cheating, but I damn sure won't see another bitch on his arm. Like, okay. Her standing by her man through this is consistent with the mindset that she's expressed through her music all these years. Maybe it's just lyrics. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But yeah, they've come together as a family, as a united front to support Baby Blue. Blue looked awkward as hell. Blue is also 12, and 12-year-olds are awkward as hell. I don't read anything into that. Beyonce looked Beyonce. She does the robot thing very well. She looked great. Jay-Z looked like Jay-Z. Looking at them, nothing gave away that they're in the middle of a media storm. However, the comments, Lord God, the comments, talking about how, this quote unquote grown Blue looked in her dress. And many people were like, wow, she's 12. That would be a year older than Jay-Z's accuser. A good half of the comments on the sites that I was reading were referencing the rape allegations against Jay-Z. Actually, Beyonce was very smart to get ahead of this and get the purchases made, get the money in before this story dropped, which clearly they knew because Jay-Z said in his letter that they'd been contacted with this letter and somebody was trying to extort them. Jay-Z filed a lawsuit. So this is nothing new. This has been in the pipeline for a minute. Of course, Beyonce knew what was coming. So yes, releasing the product before it could be tainted by these allegations against her husband. Yeah, that was a smart business move. So yeah, the Carters are in crisis right now. This is ungood. Very, very, very ungood. So we'll see what happens from here. I'm following the story very closely. I hope for the sake of everyone involved that Jay-Z has not done what he's been accused of or anything close to it. I hope that this can be resolved expeditiously and his name cleared. What sucks about things like this, though, is that being accused of something like this, like your name is always associated with it. Even if the woman who's making the accusation comes out and says, like, I was lying, I made the whole thing up, like it becomes part of his narrative that in December 2024, Jay-Z was accused by a woman who said that she was sexually assaulted when she was 13 years old. And the woman later recanted the story. Your name is still associated with this bullshit. And then obviously, like, if he did it, then like, yeah, take this nigga for everything he got. I hope Beyonce would be able to separate her assets. That's the other thing too. Like, it's one of the parts I hate about being married. If your spouse does some dumb shit, it's automatically reflected back to you. Like, you may not have known about it. You may have found out when the rest of the world found out. Like, nigga, you did what? But now because you married the person, it's just like, well, I was like, he's a dumbass. And then like, she's married to the dumbass. And I'm not calling my ex-husband a dumbass. I'm just giving an example. I'm just saying, like, anytime your spouse does something, like if it's good, great. That's also associated with you. But if it's bad, like Jesus Christ, like now you caught up in they shit. Beyonce's not accused of shit, but because she's married to Jay-Z and because she got a kid with Jay-Z, they show up on this red carpet together. Blue ain't done a damn thing. All Blue did was the voice of this character and then wanted to go walk a red carpet for it. And then half of the commentary is about her father allegedly raping a girl who would be a year older than her at the time of the assault. Yeah. Ooh, child. If he did that shit, I hope Bay and Blue can get out unscathed, and the other babies too, the twins. But if he didn't, my God, this sucks. He seems to be doing everything he can to clear his name. I hope, I pray that he can. I'm going to also say this, that the timing is terrible, but I'm going to say it because I said it before. I'm just going to repeat it for you. I'm not canceling Jay-Z. I can say, fuck him. I can spit every time I hear his name. And the way we did R. Kelly, we're like, we're not listening to R. Kelly no more. No more R. Kelly. I'm not doing that with Jay-Z. I'm not. I draw a line in the sand. I can denounce what they did. I can disavow what they've done and still listen to the music. R. Kelly is slightly different because so much of the music is like sexual. You're like singing about fucking an 11-year-old. This is gross. But like Jay-Z, no, I'm not. I'm not canceling Jay-Z's music. Cancel Jay-Z, fine. Cancel Jay-Z's music, no. All right. That's the episode. We shall return on Friday. All right. Back.